How's it go? Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda appear on the eastern horizon. How's it go?
One day Shri Krishna Chaitanya?
Yeah, one day Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Goda Pushpavan Tochi Tokshan Timon Do.
Yes.
The Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they've arisen. They're the real sun and the moon. They've arisen to enlighten the darkness in the sky of our consciousness. It's one thing, the external presence of light and dark. It comes and goes with demon, devotee, animal, bird, beast. It's for everyone, basically. It may vary in different time, different places, different countries, different planets, but the same principle is there. It comes and it goes. But there's the rising, the real significance is the arising of the spiritual light, the enlightening factor of how the Lord has appeared in this age as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his associates, and he's delivering this Krishna Surya, Maya, Haya, Andakar, this wherever there's Krishna, there cannot be darkness. So he's delivering Krishna. He is Krishna, but he's also delivering the process or the presence of. He's revealing the presence of Krishna in this age, you could say, by performing Sankirtan, by chanting and dancing. Krishna's presence is there. So this is the real light. Other lights come and go, and they're not ultimately necessary. They are indeed, but they're not ultimately of significance. We can stay in this Ayar Hariti Vaipong Sam. If one doesn't take to the devotion of the Lord, then one the rising and setting of the sun diminish the life of everyone, except for those who take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. They come to the platform of transcendence. They rise above the effects of the rising and setting of the sun in this world, and they reach that eternal platform. So Lord Chaitanya has given us this method, this means, very suitable for this age, of rising above the duality, the effects of time, sun. The sunrise and sunset is just the effective instrument of time, the enactment of karma within this world. The sun, the moon, they play significant roles in this whole, you could say, never-ending spiel of birth and death in this world. But this can all be brought to an end, this, whatever you want to call it, can be brought to an end by taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his associates, and the Sankirtan movement, which they have revealed or established in this dark place, So we'll sing this song. It's a very beautiful song of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Maybe we'll read the translation first. You don't have my... When a tinge, there are different translations of this. I'm not particularly ecstatic about this particular translation, but it's a literal translation. Maybe you've got a different translation there. If you look in the songbook, you might bring the songbook, and you might have the nice, more poetic translation which used to be there. Songbook. Give me the songbook. It's the first song if you're a songbooker in the songs. No, this has got this new translation too. So anyway, we'll read it. It's the same meaning, it's just a little bit kind of dry. When a tinge of red on the eastern horizon heralded the sunrise, the jewel of the twice-born Lord Gaurasunder immediately awakened. Taking his devotees with him, he went all over the countryside, visiting the towns and the villages of Nadia. The badungas resounded, tatai, tatai. The cymbals chimed in time, and Lord Gauranga's foot bells jingled as his golden form trembled slightly in ecstatic love of God. Lord Chaitanya called out to the townsfolk, "You spend your nights uselessly sleeping and your days decorating your bodies." Isn't that what's going on right now? Now just fill your mouths with the vibration of the holy names, Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, Hari, chanting without offense. People going downtown, they're just buying things for their body and filling their body with stuff from various restaurants and what have you. McDonald's and Burger King. Give credit to them, at least they let us use their bathrooms. Get some benefit maybe from performing that. Assist the Sankirtan mission. I hope so. You have achieved a rare human body. Don't you care for this gift? If you do not serve the darling of Yasoda now, great sorrow awaits you at death. Each time the sun rises and sets, a day passes and is lost. Then why do you remain idle and refuse to serve the Lord of the heart? Understand this essential fact. Life is temporary and full of all kinds of miseries. So take shelter of the holy name as your only business. Desiring to bless all souls, the sweet name of Krishna has descended to the material world and now shines like the sun in the sky of the heart, destroying the darkness of ignorance. Drink the pure nectar of the holy name of Krishna and thus satisfy the soul of Bhakti Vinod. There is nothing but the holy name within all the 14 worlds. That was nice. Nice to hear. This wonderful offering of devotion, of love, of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, giving us this opportunity to enter in and realize what a unique opportunity we have. So if you've got it, please sing along. I don't know if it's on the screen up here or not.
Yes, it is.
The problem with the system you're using is that there's generally no diacritic marks. Are there any diacritic marks?
Yes, there is.
They have, most of the songs are written in Samsara Dava and the Tulsi RT and everything. There's no marks, no diacritic marks.
It's the word for word kind of thing.
Non, là, on veut dire est-ce qu'il y a des virgules. Est-ce que c'est séparé, quoi?
See very well backwards. Yeah, it is there.
Yeah.
You've got it on this one, yeah. The long A or dots and
Yes.
slashes and what have you. Most of the songs don't. You have it, they don't have it on. Udirana Urabhavagi Vijamani Garam Mani Jage So you have to sing accordingly, not the normal beat, as you can probably hear. Mukunda Madhuyadavahai Bolina Bolare Varna Bori Mukunda Madhuyadavahai Bolina Bolare Varna Bori Ichini Dabusev Yorigati Ivasa Sarira Saje Nishemida Vashe Yorigati Ivasa Sarira Saje Emanadolabhamanuvadeho Hayaki Koro Bhavan Keho Sarane Pori Velage Vena Vajile Yashoda Sura Sarane Pori Velage Utita Tapano Ileasta Tinegelo Vole Hoi Baby Asta Tabeke no ebe ala sahon Nabajari do yaraje Tabeke no ebe ala sahon Nabajari do yaraje Jivana nitya jana Ahena na vida vipatapa Jivana anicca janasa Ahena na vida vipatapa Namashaya kori jantane tumi Takanapana pate Namashaya Samualoe Asate Yela Nagara Branje Katha Samualoe Asate Yela Nagara Branje Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Go Premanandi Prabhupada ki jai Shri Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki
Jai.
Unadaya Kirtan ki
Jai.
The second part of that is a very well known song, Jeev Jagar, Jeev Jagar. We won't sing it this morning. At that time. Bear in mind, that's probably more famous than normal. So now that we're assembled, most of the devotees are here. Most. So we'll read yesterday's Sankirtan scores. It was an interesting day. And after hearing yesterday that we had to average more or less 300 points, 300 gitas rather a day, I think the devotees took that to heart very sincerely. So yesterday 24 devotees reported some form of book distribution. And let's see, Rasaprayana Prabhu, three small books and 8 magazines. Huh?
8 magazines.
That's what it says. He's the champion magazine distributor yesterday. He thrashed us all. He's getting intense competition now in that category, I'm afraid. And then with one Mahabig book, Mahananda Prabhu, Bhagavad Gita. With 2 Bhagavad Gitas, Sundar Prabhu. With 2 Bhagavad Gitas, Priyarani Mata. With 2 Bhagavad Gitas, a new man on the block, taken out of the, goodness knows where, from the university in, how do you pronounce it? I do not know. Villetenu, I don't know, Villetenu. When you say it on the train, you can never understand what they're saying if you're English, at least. It looks like Villetenu. I mean, if I was pronouncing it a bit, it was Villetenu. So he one student there, is that right? Where is she? Where are you? A student? He distributed. He got so enthused. He bought a Bhagavad Gita. Got so enthused. He himself started distributing them and selling them. And he got €5 per book. By the way, more than most of us are averaging those 5. Maybe we should ask. Can you phone him up and ask him if he can join the Sanksan party? Teach the devotees how to collect donations. Vishnasana averages between €8 and €9 per Bhagavad Gita. 3 times more than many of you are doing. It can be done. Not to say that that's our goal in life, but it goes to show that it can be a little bit more. So then Mohammed, his name was Mohammed, 2 Bhagavad Gitas. Not the Mohammed you know here, it's a different Mohammed, right? Yes. Definitely a different Mohammed. There's a young man, Mohammed, who used to come, he's in the south of France right now, but he often comes here. It's a very nice boy. And also with two Bhagavad Gitas rather, obviously just passing by, Aristanasana Prabhu. He was in some town, Sudan, near New Mayapur. Probably went shopping or something. And with 1 Bhagavad Gita, 1 big book, 2 medium books, and 7 small books. Gopalananda Prabhu. And he went to blow out again. With 4 Bhagavad Gitas, 1 medium book, 6 small books, and 1 small Arabic book.
Wow.
Madhavendra Puri Prabhu. And joining us only, I'm afraid, for a few days, but getting very enthusiastic. I think if she went out for the whole day, she could probably challenge the best of you. With 6 Bhagavad Gitas, 1 medium book, and 4 small books. Ananda Vrindavan Devi. Bhagavad Gitas. And in reunion with 10 Bhagavad Gitas and 2 small books. Dayalu Radha Devi. And in Paris with 10 Bhagavad Gitas, 7 medium books, and 2 small books. Chakradhar Prabhu. And in New Mayapur, I guess with Food for Life, with 12 Bhagavad Gitas. Jyoti Prabhu. Well, I don't know how much he collected for those 12 Bhagavad Gitas. He gets some credit for it, at least. And here, breaking into a new world of book distribution here, with 2 Bhagavad Gitas, 2 medium books, and 7 small Arabic books. Wow. And Nanga Manjari Devi. Whoa! Boy, oh boy, what's going on? Huh? And then with 6 Bhagavad Gitas, 1 small book, 1 Arabic Bhagavad Gita, and 3 small Arabic books. Back to Christopher. Oh. Big day. And then my mega maha big day yesterday with 12 Bhagavad Gitas. Actually 2 of them were Vedic books. 5 medium books, 2 small books, 2 magazines, and 1 small Arabic book. Me. And then with this space 13 Bhagavad Gitas, 8 medium books, 7 small books, and 1 magazine. 1 magazine. Rasikananda Prabhu.
Hare.
Neck and neck. We had met a lot of nice people. We went to Luxembourg area yesterday. There was no one at the university. They seemed to have closed. But there's lots of nice people around. And with 13 Bhagavad Gitas, 4 medium books, 3 small books, and 3 small Arabic books. Back to Vijay.
Hare.
Now we've got the top 7 Marathi division. Now we're going to the Marathi league. With 21 Bhagavad Gitas, 1 medium book, 2 small books, and only 3 Arabic books. Dai Nitai Prabhu. He could have been higher if you got more Arabic books. We'll have to cut more in half. Huh?
I will focus on Arabic.
Arabic Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita.
Whatever language they speak.
And then, unusual, in sixth place, there's a change going on. Is it a change or is it, I don't know what it is. But something different here. 26 Bhagavad Gitas, one Arabic Bhagavad Gita, 5 small Arabic books, Bhakti Yoga. My goodness me, what's happened? What happened? I don't know. She didn't get back here about 10 o'clock last night. She was still on the train. In 1 hour she had to wait for her train last night. 1 hour she was sat in the station. But bear in mind, she does have a 6-hour a day job. So, it's pretty far out. She goes there after her job. And then, I don't know, another what happened here. I don't know what happened here. More today. He didn't eat enough today. 25 Bhagavad Gitas. Joy! 1 small book. Whoa. No magazines. 9 Arabic small books. 3 small books, 6 small Arabic. Taken out, Prabhu. Here we have a big small Arabic one, Srimad Bhagavatam. Guess who that is? Can I guess? No one can guess, can they? Is it Rasa Prina? No. Maybe it was, who was it?
Jagannath, no?
Jagannath, was it you? No. Maybe. Was it Petit Papa, maybe? A tutor. It must have been a tutor. He gave the books out. He gets the credit for all of them. He's what?
He's here.
Oh, well, maybe Yasomati. No, it wasn't. It was our dear Adi-Lila Devi. Feeding the army with such. Is there any prasad for the boys and girls today?
We'll make sandwiches, but I think there's also some prasadam in the afternoon, so just sandwiches.
Oh, Yoga Lyric Day, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes.
Yoga Lyric feeds everyone to the maximum today. This is brilliant. Saturday's a day to look forward to, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't spend the whole afternoon eating, please. There's a tendency to dive in there, and there's nothing wrong with that one sense, and just relish and relish and relish. But that's great. Okay, then number 2 yesterday. Aged out. We're going to get on our case yesterday. Not good enough. From 2 sides we're going to get on that case. With only 60 Bhagavad Gitas. One magazine. Oh my God. Dear me. They actually got a donation from the magazine, €5, and gave them a Bhagavad Gita free. So. Maybe that's what they told me. I don't know if they're joking. Probably not. And 15 Arabic books. Back to Himanshu. For some reason there was a breakdown in communication between the runner and the books. They had to leave early from their spot. But with 70 Bhagavad Gitas, 5 medium books, 14 small books, 9 Arabic books, total of 98 books. Harini Devi! By the way, she collected as much as all the other men put together. She wasn't giving them away for €3 each, almost 5 each. 230 or something, some up alone. Something like that. So good collection also. I mean, could be more of course, but it was much higher than average for others. Taking the challenge on here, aren't we? Well, the university is closed now. Is that right, Irene? Are they closed? Last day yesterday. At least in that university. I think others have already closed. So total yesterday is 346 Bhagavad Gitas. Not bad, huh? 346. We weren't intending, we wasn't aiming at a big day yesterday, but that was a pretty good go at it. I mean, that's more than our 298 day, which we had to hit for. So, of course, there are small days like Sunday, Christmas Day are on our doorstep. Usually they're small days. Not so many people out there, and devotees take a bit of a break sometimes. But we should try to do our best to try to reach our quota. I think there may be a few hidden, let's say, secrets coming up next week or so before the marathon concludes. Jiva Plan's just warming up now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just warming up.
Yeah, Basumati Manjali also. Yes, the score is not in the chart, but she distributed 3.
Why is it not in the chart?
I don't know.
What is this?
Yesterday I
Maybe
did my
didn't read it.
biggest
Maybe
score
I
on
did.
working
Maybe I'm the
day.
one who's caught here. No, I don't see either of you there. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is a great mistake. God, I have to read the scores all over again. Why is she not there?
I know.
I generally check. I didn't check thoroughly yesterday. I generally go through everything to make sure they're all there. But yesterday, you were right. I remember seeing your scores there. And neither is Anesthesia's score there. So you're missing.
She did 3 small, Basumati 3
Yeah.
Mahabig.
3 big books yesterday.
Wow.
But you were also missing, no?
Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
He is also missing.
Maybe it jump. He jump one score. Maybe Jivananda.
He jumped, well, they were all on the same,
Yeah.
same
Yes.
one. You see, all 3 of them.
Anastasia is
Yeah.
not there.
He missed it. It's easy to do. That's why usually I check, because it has to be a checker on the scores. It has to be. Every day there's something, the wrong temple, the wrong person entered twice, different things naturally take place.
So there is
So
6
we do
more.
apologize to you and your wife, and
Please bless me, I can
report
distribute
this to
more.
the temple president, of the temple. We've never even reported his score. This is a Mahaparad, isn't it? Goodness gracious.
It's better for my pride like this.
Better for your pride, is it?
Better that it's
Anyway,
not.
it still has to be recorded. It will go on, well, I don't know, well, it will have to go on today's score. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We'll have an extra score for today.
Wonderful.
So we'll do that. Yeah, well, I'll ask Jivananda to add it into your score today.
I did already signal to him.
Pardon?
I signaled, I warned him.
You warned him that if you do this again, you're not allowed to
Sorry.
stay in the temple here anymore.
Yeah. I informed him.
You're not allowed to come to France. Well, he'll be happy probably, but I don't know what to do. We can't do that. He's a new BBT secretary.
Yeah. Is it official?
Yeah, he's official. He's actually on the list now. He's the man for France. You're still on there, but just as an observer, not as a participant particularly.
And yesterday I met a person who received the Bhagavad Gita from Kamala Sundari a few weeks ago. And he is now settling in Sarcelles. He is nearby the temple and he will probably come.
that's great.
So he received the book.
Very quickly, you never know. Okay, so we do apologize if anyone else was left off the list yesterday. I mean, I have nothing to do with the entries directly. But I could have checked a bit more thoroughly, but what can you do? You can't do everything at once. Sure, very good day. So, Hare Krishna, goes to Prabhupada. Jai. So we'll read a little bit from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Veta Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Veta Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
I can't remember if we finished off Murari Gupta or we didn't finish him off. I mean in terms of reading about him. Did we?
Yes.
Well, there's several verses on Murari Gupta. There's 2. Did we read both of them? There's 50 and 51.
I think we, from what I remember, we didn't finish.
Okay, 51. I think we did. Yadi Hayastadeha, Deoroga Bhagaroga Duitarakshaya. As Murari Gupta treated his patients by his mercy, both their bodily and spiritual diseases subsided. He's a real physician. Purport. Murari Gupta could treat both bodily and spiritual disease because he was a physician by profession and a great devotee of the Lord in terms of spiritual advancement. This is an example of service to humanity. Everyone should know that there are 2 kinds of diseases in human society. One disease, which is called adhyatmika, or material disease, pertains to the body But the main disease is spiritual. Amazing how practically nobody recognizes this, do they? Practically not. You occasionally meet. First person I approached yesterday, her name was Emma. She took two Mahabir books. Gave a good donation. And she's reading Aurobindo's Bhagavad Gita. She wanted that as well. Very spiritually inclined. She's a problem of people around here, they're only interested in material things. You're wasting your time with these students. She said they're all very material. There weren't anything. So materialistic, she said. No one's interested, she said, in the spiritual science. That's what she said. You occasionally meet people like that, but not very often. They don't even recognize it. It's a kind of a, what would you say? It's a kind of luxury in people's lives. It's a kind of hobby on the sideline or something, isn't it? Spirituality, you know. You feel good. Something you do to feel good or to get relief from your stress or something, right? Something like that. Something far out. They don't realize that that is the actual reality. Everything else is an illusion. They're living in this illusion. When you're in a dream, you don't realize that it's a dream. When you're dreaming, you don't realize. Yeah, you do sometimes get a little inkling of that, but generally you don't realize it's a dream when you're in it. You're totally absorbing. Enjoying or suffering from the nature of the dream. People are like that. They don't realize they can get out of it. You can actually don't need to dream. You don't need to go through all this. There's another side to life, the most important one. Yes. The living entity is eternal, but somehow or another, when in contact with the material energy, is subjected to repetition of birth, death, old age, and disease. The physicians of the modern day should learn from Hari Gupta. Although modern philanthropic physicians open gigantic hospitals, there are no hospitals to cure the material disease of the spirit soul. Isn't it? I mean, the temples are there, and this was supposed to be trying to offer that service. People don't appreciate it. They don't think, what's the use of that? It's not good, is it? What good does that do humanity? What good is that doing to fill people's bellies or to help raise them economically? How are you helping people? You're not doing anything. You're doing a disservice because you're not contributing to the economy. Right? You're living off the economy. You're parasites. And people see it like that. Of course, they aren't so much like that as they used to be, because it's a fact that most of the devotees, practicing devotees, are contributing materially in the sense that they're holding a job. Of course, the other devotees who are full-time are doing full service, the best service in society. But they don't see it like that. It's a waste of time. The Krishna Conscious movement has taken up the mission of curing this disease, but people are not very appreciative because they do not know what this disease is. And Prabhupada is the same thing here. They don't even recognize it as a disease. They see, we're the disease. You're the problem. You're disturbing. Last week on Harinam, police came and said, you're causing a disturbance. Shut up. We were on Harinam, Man and myself, we were on Harinam last week in Joffre. Is that you pronounce Joffre? Something like that.
Yes, very good.
Oh, we're getting somewhere at last. Here he is, he just arrived. And I was about 3 meters away from him in District Books. He was chanting on his own, without a microphone. I couldn't hear him chant. The lady in the shop, I couldn't hear him chant. There were like ambulances and police cars going by and people making hell of a din. It was rush hour, 5:45, 6:30 in the evening. Making hell of a din. And the lady inside the shop, the door was closed, came out and we said, can you stop this noise? Can you believe it? I couldn't even hear it myself, practically. Just all all around us, you know. Will you stop this noise, right? Wasn't it incredible? I couldn't believe it. I thought this is really symptomatic of this Kali Yuga. Good grief. She was really serious. You would definitely call the police if we hadn't stopped. They hate it. It's like, incredible. It's such a pain. No! Because not everyone's like that. Some people are. As Prabhupada says here, they don't recognize that this is of any value. It's just a disturbance. Disturbance on their unfortunate lives. Prabhupada said we should disturb them, but that doesn't mean, in a mundane way, but disturb them from their illusion. Wake them up. Keep your heart. A diseased person needs both proper medicine and a proper diet. And therefore the Krishna Conscious movement supplies materially stricken people with the medicine of the chanting of the holy name, or the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and the diet of prasadam. In fact, both these are essential, and especially for the people in general. They may not appreciate the chanting of Hare Krishna, but they may not appreciate prasadam either. But there's a good chance that if presented in intelligent ways, that they can appreciate the prasadam. Very tasty foodstuffs. They like the cookers, yesterday, a lot of people. Oh, I mean, one lady, she didn't take the books, but she said, we could take a book. Oh, may I take one? You can take more. Oh, thank you so much. She took 2 or 3 cookies. She was very hungry. Very hungry. You can take the cookies. There are many hospitals and medical clinics to cure bodily diseases, but there are no such hospitals to cure the material disease of the spirit soul. The centers of the Krishna Conscious movement are the only established hospitals that can cure man of birth, death, old age, and disease. They talk about it sometimes, I guess, scientifically. We're going to cure you of disease. We're going to make you live forever, isn't it? You're not going to get old. I don't know if people want to live forever in this world or not. They kind of do, but at the same time, can you imagine having no choice? You have to live here forever. In Paris, in the traffic jam. The miseries, the same people around you, the same challenges. Isn't it? People really, if you really think about it, would really be so enthusiastic about that or not. I think maybe some people would. But at the same time, we don't want to die. Nobody really wants to die, do they? I mean, some people do. They're suffering so much. But most people don't want to die. Isn't it? Who wants to get sick? Hands up all those who will maybe give you a chance to have a rest or something. Not go on Sankirtan or not go to work. Right? Sometimes people will look for, they try to purposely become sick so they don't have to work. Or they pay the doctor to give them a sick certificate or something. They don't have to go to work. But this is artificial. But in general, people don't really want to be sick. You don't go to the doctor. The doctor says, how can I help you? You don't generally ask the doctor, can you make me sick? Can you give me cancer? Can you give me typhoid? Can you give me COVID? If he says something, generally that's not the case. They don't like to get sick. They don't. No. It's kind of a unique thing how time works. When you're young, you don't kind of relate to it. You don't think about it. You don't really digest it much. What it's like to be old, what we call old, an old body, nothing working properly, and you're tired, and you're headaching, and you can't digest food properly, you can't taste it properly. Love something lovely to look forward to. Wrinkles on your face, if you've still got one, and whatever else you've got everywhere. Memory, losing your memory. But you've got all the desires and you can't fulfill them. It's quite frustrating. It can be. People adjust, no doubt, and they have other ways of dealing with it. But in general, people don't like to get old, in general. And certainly in general, no living entity likes to die, in general. Even insects, birds, no creature likes to die. It's unnatural. We think it's unavoidable. Well, we're hoping it will be avoidable, but right now it's unavoidable, and we don't want it. It's unwanted. It's an anartha, something unwanted. It is an anartha. It's unwanted. But as long as we're in this bodily concept of life, as long as we're in ignorance of our spiritual identity, it's an unavoidable factor of existence. Birth, death, disease, and old age. It cannot be avoided. You can try to adjust it, you can try to sidestep it in many ways, but it still remains in one form or another. You cannot avoid it. Try as we may. Try as we may. Unavoidable. Death comes as sure. They say as sure as death. And that's a saying, common saying in society, in England at least. As sure as death. When something's certain, they say that. As sure as death. For instance, the weather report is sure that they've got it wrong. There's something to say, as sure as death, what you read in a weather report. Yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, it hailed like anything. Were you in that hailstorm? We were in Châtelet-Léal, in Sankirtan. And it hailed. We were Sankirtan boys. Adi-Lila, you were not there that day, were you? Were you there?
Which day?
You were there that day it hailed? I think you stayed back that day. Hail means these pellets that fall from the sky, solid rainfall, like ice balls coming from the sky. They're about this big, not that big, about the size of a pea. And it was really heavy. It was like, boom, like, chong. Ekanath and Revati, they stepped out. They were both with me there. So it was hailing. Like, you were there with me at shooting? Yeah, you were there. We went together. It was strong hail, huh? About 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, it hailed like this. And at the same time, we looked at the weather report, dry and sunny. Right now, in the city of Paris, it's dry and sunny. That was on the spot weather report. What can you say? Hare Krishna. That's what you can say. We know that whatever happens, happens. Everything's under Krishna's control. We don't have to worry. Old age and disease and death may come to this body, but not to the soul. And when we realize our spiritual identity, then there's no more fear. Fear is due simply to not understanding who we are. Thinking with this body. All fear is due to it, and all the details there. Fear of death. What was that?
Your characters.
Huh?
Characters.
Just I can't tell.
Yeah.
They died?
Almost.
Who did it? Oh, they fell down. Be careful. We're shocked because of physical identity, isn't it? Because we identify with the body, we get shocked. Fears of various kinds. Oh, there. Fear of losing this, losing. When we have realization, we realize, of course, we see things as belong to Krishna, so we look after them carefully. But on our own account, what is there to be afraid of? We don't own anything. We own nothing in this world. Nothing at all. Not even one hair of our head. When they look in the mirror, sometimes you start, and not everybody, but a lot of people think, oh my God, there's a grey hair there. You kind of pull it out so no one can see it, you know, you're getting old or something. You start dyeing your hair. It's another way of dying, by the way. You physically are going to die one way or another. Old people sometimes, they dye their hair, or even young people, isn't it? They get wigs and they dye their hair and this and that. Do something to make yourself look handsome or beautiful, young or whatever you want to be. I think it's all an illusion. It's just covering reality, that's all. And they go for, sometimes people go for they spend a lot of money, I'm told, on facelifts, you know, trying to make their face look young again. Some people spend hundreds of thousands, millions even on these type of things. because they've got the money just to look beautiful, look fresh again, so you can continue to enjoy. They sometimes transplant monkey glands for the men, so they can stay, whatever you call it, in old age. Don't worry, you're still a young man, you don't have to worry. I don't know what type of kids are born from those monkey glands, if there are any. It's a scary scene. Huh? All sorts of things they do to try to avoid the inevitable. Avoid the inevitable. So many things, you know. It's just because people are scared of it. They're scared of it. And all the hospitals, you know, you feel a little security when the hospital's there, but you're pretty scared at the same time. It's a scary world. It's meant to be a scary world because we're meant to get out of it. If it wasn't, there would be no incentive really to get out of it, would there? There's nothing to be afraid of. In one sense there isn't, but the people who are in ignorance, they don't recognize what that means. So the Krishna conscious movement is supposed to provide that knowledge and understanding. I know people don't like it very much. It's pretty hard for them. But slowly, it will dawn. The more it dawns on us, the more it's likely to, affect others around us. If we're still scared and self-centered, whatever it may be, then they're not going to have much effect on us around us. Not much. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai.
Jai.
Any comments or questions? Christopher.
Yeah, last time we were distributing books, and there are these guys. They were like.
There's a lot of them around at Christmas time, I believe. All over the city, you see them everywhere. In fact, even in Jourjofan last week, there's at least 8 of them outside the metro station. It's not a very big area, but they're everywhere. They generally don't say anything. They feel what they feel. I think they're just temporarily engaged, aren't they? It's not a permanent service. Young people, maybe students or something, just getting a little pocket money. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they're nice people usually.
They're usually nice people. You get occasionally somebody who's a bit kind of, very nice about it. But generally they're quite friendly people. They're usually quite open and caring. So, what you say may be true there. Maybe everyone's different. Everyone's an individual, so someone will probably, I don't know, bored with their job or what, I don't know. But they're not happy because perhaps we're getting in their way. Maybe they get more money the more they collect. I don't know how it works. I've no idea. Or maybe they're just very result oriented and they're out. I don't know what their motive is. Again, they're quite nice people. Usually. The situation, sometimes it's worthwhile moving anyway. You have to judge that yourself. But oftentimes when there's 8 of them around you, it's like, it's difficult to distribute books anyway. They're going up to the same people. Usually it's more of it's kind of competition there. It's a little bit, and sometimes they're quite polite in that regard, I think. I don't experience that they come up to you when you're talking to someone, do they? I don't think so. And we don't go up to them when they're talking to someone. So there's a bit of etiquette there. There's a certain class of people who come up to you when you're talking to people and try to break up what you're doing. Especially some dogmatically religious people sometimes do that. But they don't do anything, so at least there's some respect. What can you do? If they I don't know if they're legal. I guess they're legal. They're doing it legally. I guess they got legal permits to do these things. They don't seem to bother much in Paris about this sort of stuff. They're more worried about people making noises, beating on drums and making noises. Anything else?
It's a trend now. There is a concept called euthanasia, where
Euthanasia, put people to
so
sleep.
it's becoming quite popular now. Canada and Norway reported like 4% of the deaths now are through euthanasia.
It's legal there, isn't it?
It's legal, yes. and a lot of countries are debating whether they should have it. And we see in our scriptures also we have like fasting to death, for example.
Well, that's for a different reason.
Uh,
That's a different thing.
because even like, for example, I think Kadamakan Marj, for example, also more or less fasted to death. So can this be, because even that is through terminal diseases?
There are two different reasons. One is, why do people want to get euthanasia? They have to ask why. There are different reasons. They're suffering so much. They don't want to cause any more problem. They don't see any point in life. They can't do anything. They don't see any future. They think that death will bring all suffering to an end. They don't see anything beyond death. Anyone who has any spiritual understanding will not do that. They won't. That's actually a sin to do that. Sinful. If you do it if you do it from the point of view of a spiritual practice, there are injunctions that at a certain stage, a spiritualist or one who is spiritually advanced may stop eating or drinking. But that's not for the same reason as one who wants, generally speaking, this idea of euthanasia. It's a different reason altogether. Totally different. Just to leave the body, which is no longer useful in devotional service. People see the body no longer useful for sense gratification, therefore they want to bring it to an end. But the devotee sees it no longer useful, absolutely. I mean, not that we speculate on that, it's an absolute fact that we've seen several devotees, Janananda Goswami, Janananda Swami, maybe a few others, who have stopped eating and sleeping, eating and drinking even. Just let the body, it's going to die anyway. They're more or less, it's just a matter of a few more days, it's going to die. So they just stop doing those things and just focus, just bring it to an end. Or maybe it's just not worth it. I mean, sometimes the pain of eating. When you don't eat, they say the sensitivity to pain goes down. Dr. Swan was telling me. As a medical doctor, they know that when you don't eat and drink, the sensitivity to pain reduces considerably. You don't even feel it practically. So there are different other side aspects there, but primarily it's because the body's no more useful. People who fast because of some political reason, that's totally material, or some philanthropic purpose, materialistic reasons. Whatever mode of nature they're in, they're still mundane and do nothing to help anybody in the real sense of the term. Only temporary relief or temporary support, temporary effect, but nothing of any reality. So euthanasia itself is a very, what can we say? We're not going to get into every case detail, but the principle in general, there may be certain individual cases where you could say something different about it, but the general principle of euthanasia is a completely unrealistic, let's say, unbeneficial. I'm putting very mild term. You're deciding basically to leave the body which doesn't belong to you, to kill a body which doesn't belong to you. Good thing. Others, they think that in the future, there's another one too, of course, I don't know if it's still present, but it was present some years ago, that they would put people in some kind of, the body that is, in some kind of suspended situation, with the hope that in the future science or medicine would find some cure, and they could then bring that body back to life again, if you carry on living. But again, it's a rather an ignorant proposal. I don't think it ever worked anyway. But different types of ignorance of avoiding reality. There's doing something for the service of reality, and there's something, but mostly it's not. Mostly it's ignoring the reality of life, not understanding the nature of the soul, and what the body's meant for. It's not meant for sense gratification. Of course, there's a degree of that, but that's not what it's really meant for. It's meant for serving Krishna. So a pure devotee knows it's meant for serving Krishna. If it can't be used in the service of Krishna, what's the use of it? There you go. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. So today is Saturday. Let's see what Krishna's going on for. There might be a little rain this afternoon. Excuse me. There might be a little rain at the moment. Or maybe it will snow. Maybe it will snow this evening. Perhaps the temperature will go up to 50 degrees centigrade. Who knows what's going to happen. Anything's possible. But just be prepared.
Maybe a storm of books today.
Is it going to be a bookstore today, is it? Jiva Pran's on the warpath. It's going to be a bookstore. He's already ahead. He's top of the book distribution today with waiters, actually. Masamati is the top distributor so far today. Yeah. Jai. Hare Krishna. Jai. Did you manage to get in last night, Doina? The door was open? It was open, good. What time did you come home? 11 o'clock?
Oui, quelle heure tu es rentré?
Midnight.
Almost midnight.
Almost midnight.
Well, you called me at 10 o'clock. Well, you called at 10.
Je suis
Still no
appelé.
train was there.
J'ai attendu le train et les mois après. Le temps que je
By the time she came.
Great. It's unusual, isn't it? No train, still midnight.
Il y avait le train, mais il n'est pas venu. C'était marqué, mais il n'est pas venu. Donc déjà, j'ai attendu plus de 3 minutes pour un train. Il n'est pas venu, il fallait que j'attende encore 35 minutes.
The train didn't want to go.
The train didn't want to come, or it just didn't come.
Just so that you can distribute more books
Huh?
for
I
them.
don't know about that. It's been tough.